Hi everyone, welcome to our very first episode of Trafalgar TV.
Trafalgar. Yeah. Trafalgar.
My name is Nicole, I'll be your host for today, and with me, I've brought out our big bad client services manager, the one who talk to the people, Miss Monique Wilby. Hi Monique.
Hi.
You're just so nervous.
No, I'm not nervous. Okay. Hi, everybody.
Relax. Okay, so what we're going to do for this episode, we're gonna chat. Just two girls having a chat. But first, what country describes you, right? Like, what country are you feeling?
What country am I feeling right now?
What country are you feeling?
Singapore for sure.
Singapore?
Singapore.
Why?
Singapore is screaming luxury. You see those tall buildings
Oh.
in Singapore? It's giving Monique. What you think?
No, it's true. It's giving that girl. Yeah, I'm feeling Paris right now. Look,
Paris?
Yeah, look, Paris.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so Monique is feeling Singapore. I'm
Mhm.
feeling Paris. Alright. Cool. What we're going to start off this episode with is we are going to do a travel horror stories segment.
Oh no!
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a travel horror story to Monique and just get her feedback, like her raw reaction. This is not from one of our clients, because when you book with Trafalgar Travel, that not happen. These things, you have a travel agent with you every step of the way. So these are the things, you don't have to worry about them. Alright, ready?
Okay, let's hear the story. I love a story, by the way.
Love a story time. Story time.
Story time.
After a recent trek through Nepal, I decided to fly to Bangladesh. Are you listening?
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh Airlines was offering a sweet deal, and I had to leave Nepal anyway due to my expiring visa. So, on a whim, I bought the tickets and went there solo.
On a whim.
I mean, this no.
On a whim.
On a whim.
Okay.
On a whim.
That's
Would you solo
crazy.
travel?
Solo travel? No. I don't think I would solo travel.
It's because
I
you're
like to-
married.
No, man.
Married people not solo travel. It's because you're married.
It's good to have somebody to point at. Suppose I see something and I say, girl, what's that? Or, babe, what's that?
Tell
I
a
want
tour guide. That's it. That's that.
tour guide?
Yeah.
No, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, single people, when you're solo traveling, if you're looking for a safe solo travel, come to Trafalgar Travel and we will assist you every step of the way. Which is why we have won the World Travel Awards for over a decade, and the time is back. We are now in the season of voting, guys. So we have always won Caribbean's leading travel agency, and we're coming back for our title. So you can visit us on the World Travel Awards website and vote for us. Simply because. Right. So, of course, the night before, my travel buddies and I decided to have a final night out. And of course, after a few too many beers, we ended up in some shady places with shady food and drinks. Waking up the next morning, the day of my flight, I immediately knew something was off.
Of course. Shady place with shady
With
drinks.
shady drink.
Something is wrong.
Something
No,
has
let's
to
hear it.
wrong. I could feel it deep in my stomach. Not the kind of food poisoning you throw up right after eating. I sat in the hostel waiting for my taxi and waiting to vomit.
Waiting to vomit.
The vomit never come yet. I knew it was coming. The nausea almost completely overwhelming. I managed to keep it together until finally arriving at the airport. I started throwing up in the unair-conditioned waiting room. No, but imagine the smell.
Imagine saying about they
Imagine the
waited
smell.
long. That was a long wait.
Next to a dude having the same problem from the other end. Oh,
This is crazy.
from the other end.
This is crazy, actually.
Okay. You think there's something in the water? Or you just dip on the shady drink?
It's on the shady drink now. Maybe something is in the water. But you know when you travel.
You know, when you're traveling, your stomach not used
So
to
let's
something.
give it the benefit of the doubt. Huh?
Oh
Alright.
gosh. Okay. So I threw up 3 times before even boarding the plane. So finally, I get on the plane and manage to hold it down until after takeoff, when the seatbelt sign finally switches off. Once it did, I threw off my seatbelt and half ran, half waddled to the back of the plane.
In the bathroom.
Right. Naturally, with my luck, both rooms were occupied. Being the incredible problem solver I am, I snatched a vomit bag from one of the nearby seats and began the music of misery. I'm halfway filling up this poor piece of paper when the entire bottom falls out.
You're joking.
No. Like the entire bottom falls out. Like the entire bottom half of this bag became so disgusted with itself, it rejected its own contents. I now have vomit drenching my clothes. A plain white t-shirt was a poor choice.
Tell me he had extra clothes packed.
He's a man. Him have no extra clothes on him. Not in the carry-on.
Talk about embarrassing.
No, but how would I walk back to my seat?
Listen, I'll be holding my hand.
Imagine you all at the middle seat or the window seat. I just say, excuse me. Excuse
I was
me.
feeling totally cute saying that.
I was-
I hope I had an aisle seat at that time.
No, but I would have said, anybody want the window, you can go for
It would make sense.
So the flight attendants finally see the catastrophe taking place and start banging on the bathroom doors, where some poor soul emerges confused. After my business was finally done and with my clothes now ruined, I shamefully slunk back into my seat. See him shame.
Oh gosh,
Him
shame, I
Who would
can't
have
make.
shame? When I finally arrive in Bangladesh, I walk up to the counter to get my visa on arrival. Even though I consider myself a pretty savvy traveler in terms of research, nothing I had read up to that point mentioned that exit flight requirement for a visa.
Really?
Okay.
With all this, you took the flight on a whim?
No.
Nothing?
On a whim. Savvy
Nothing?
traveler on a whim. So the officer asked for my exit flight information and I'm doing my best to keep myself together, but internally I have no clue what to do. It's when you book with a travel agency, specifically when you book with Trafalgar Travel, you know all this information before your flight is even booked.
Right, because with a travel agent, they would have at least told you that you needed an exit visa.
Yes, you would have known
It's a
all
requirement.
of this. You would have known all of this. And that is exactly why we had won the World Travel Awards for over a decade.
It makes sense now.
Count how many times I mentioned the World Travel Awards. That's exactly why we've been winning, and that's exactly why you should continue to vote for us so we can reclaim our title.
That's right.
Okay, so where was he? He said that he couldn't keep himself together.
Right.
Thankfully, the airport's free Wi-Fi was available.
Thank
So
God.
I hopped online to book a random flight to get me through this gate. More money.
Another random flight. Another random flight.
More on the way.
I see you didn't learn
Quick
anything.
solutions. So in my anxiety of this flight, the fact that I was sick was completely lost on me. I just forgot. I would not have forgotten.
I could not have
You see the
forgotten.
smell and the drench on my white tea would have
Like
been
I said-
reminding me.
A constant reminder.
No. So I'm sitting there at the counter and I feel a deep rumble in my stomach.
Don't tell me that he's about to have some other embarrassment right now.
No, but of course. Remember, say life don't embarrass you one time. You know? It give you a string of embarrassment to humble you.
I don't know, when it rains,
It pours.
pours.
Okay. So I'm thinking, yeah, this will be a great fart. It wasn't a fart. I just messed my pants at a visa desk in Bangladesh.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you something. JDF could not get this story out.
They couldn't. They would have to find me.
You see, if this was me, firing squad, no, because nobody could get this
They
story
couldn't
out
get
of
this
me.
out of me. Literally.
He
This is
said,
embarrassing.
I just messed my pants at a visa desk in Bangladesh. Who? Who?
I'll be taking that one to my grave actually.
No.
I'll be taking that one to my grave.
With a customs officer looking me in the face, I would start bawling. I know you would start bawling.
I would be bawling.
Oh my gosh. I can feel the slow, warm trickle moving down my legs.
Oh my
It
God.
was shame in physical form.
Mighty.
Boy. Either understanding I was unwell or perhaps smelling the situation, the visa officer mercifully provided me a visa.
I'm sorry for you.
No, but Monique, please explain to the people that that's not going to work at the U.S. Embassy in
It's
Jamaica.
not. Listen, you'll be crying on your way out
No.
with the green paper in
Yeah,
hand.
if you don't have the right documents, you could have messed yourself 4 times. You're still leaving. So, he spent the next week in Bangladesh vomiting his brains out and burned a pair of underwear forever. He said, I lost 10 pounds that week eating Pringles and drinking water while watching the Airbender movie rerun over and over again. It's a terrible movie, but it was the only English channel.
Oh my god!
No.
So you literally had to just stay there rewatching the show over and over.
Sick.
My God.
Watching the Airbender movie over and
That
over
is
again.
crazy. That's crazy.
No, I feel it for him.
That's crazy.
But you know what? I can't feel it for him fully. He
Why?
didn't use a travel
He
agent.
didn't, and then he keeps running off on random trips.
Whims. He didn't use a travel agent because
That's
if he used a travel
crazy.
agent, he would have been sick nonetheless, you know, from the shady drink or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But you would have had an agent that could assist you with all of these procedures.
Right, and they would have been more prepared, really, for what to come, you know?
When you think of preparation, think of Trafalgar Travel. When you think of Trafalgar Travel, think about the consecutive winners of the World Travel Awards and why you should vote for us again. Monica, I've hidden a secret from you.
Really? What was it?
If you look to your left, I've taken 2 of our heavy trophies for us to do a little cheers. So
Aw.
they can know that we're not joking.
I said we're on to business.
We're on to business.
Mm.
So these are 2 of our trophies. We have how many more over there at the front? So we just want to remind you guys to visit the worldtravelawards.com, www.worldtravelawards.com/vote, and vote for Trafalgar Travel for the Caribbean's leading travel agency and for Jamaica's leading travel agency. Do a cheers. Heavy,
Yay,
weighty.
heavy. Yay! This is really nice.
Yeah, and we're gonna take home one more this year.
Yay!
Alright. Okay, so guys, I want to remind you all to like, share, and subscribe. And before we close off our session, we have a segment that we want to bring to you. We call it Just in Case.
For your business trips or vacation, Trafalgar Travel.
So earlier, Monique said that she would go to Singapore.
Yeah.
So say you're going to Singapore, and we know you're not solo traveling because the hand can just right, right. Say you're going to Singapore and you only have your carry-on. You can't put anything in hubby's carry-on. What 3 things do you have to have just in case
In my carry-on.
in your carry-on?
Just in case.
Just in case.
I definitely have to have my sweater. I need
Okay.
my sweater.
Okay, it's cold. Okay.
I need my sweater.
Okay.
Secondly, I'd bring in some food. Because
Food?
just in case I don't like the food that they have there. Remember, you know, I eat with my eyes.
Okay.
And I have to have food that I'm comfortable with. At least some snacks in my carry-on.
Mm-hmm.
And then thirdly, I would definitely have my gadgets. My phone, some charging, everything for my phones and stuff. And yeah, really.
I don't have to worry about visa. Or
I
anything
definitely don't have to
because
worry about the
you use
visa.
Trafalgar
That
Travel,
is correct.
So you don't have
That
to
is
worry about
correct.
that.
That is
Alright,
correct.
that's valid.
That's valid.
Okay, what country are you guys feeling, and what are 3 things that you would carry just in case? Leave it in the comments and let us know. I want to see where we're on the mind at. Alright, so Monique, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
It was so good. Alright guys, and thank you so much for tuning in. We're excited to keep dropping videos, and remember to like, share, and subscribe. Alright, and vote. Vote. Alright, bye.
Trafalgar. Yeah.
Trafalgar.